Welcome back. Y'all ready?
Back. Welcome
Yes,
back.
sir.
Welcome back. I was ready to bust a freestyle for real.
Don't. We waited. We can
You know
continue
you
to
love
wait.
it. It's
Hey,
all right.
chill. That verse gonna come. It's gonna be hot fire.
The
Hot
verse.
fire.
You don't even have a hook yet.
No, don't worry about that. We're gonna get to this episode, man. All right, man. We back. What's good, bro? Podcast, man. Another episode. I'm so excited to be here, man. Got the full crew in
The
this
full
jump,
fucking crew.
so that's great to hear.
Can you see me? Can you see me, ho?
You really bright right now.
Out. You just gonna go straight to calling people names. You ain't been here on all this time, and you just
Reckless. All right.
hoes.
Before we go around to the check-ins, I do want to say one thing, man, and it's I appreciate everybody that's been listening, following, and supporting us on this ride so far, man. I've been receiving some good feedback, and man, we've really been working on this, so we really thank y'all, and just continue to support the show because we got some really dope shit that's gonna continue to come, man. So with that being said, we just gonna go around check-ins, man.
All
What's
right.
been good with y'all? We're gonna start with Tweezy over here, man. He been gone for a minute.
You see this outfit?
Gone for a
motherfucker?
minute, now he back at the jump
See this
off.
outfit? Look at this.
You had to
Breast
talk about
cancer
it.
awareness.
Had to.
But anyway, you know, everything's been
cancer
cool.
awareness.
You know, got a raise,
Man,
got some
money.
more money. You know.
When we get that soundboard, this has been a perfect opportunity for a little
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, whatever. You know, other than that, you know, credit's good. I can
okay.
get some bottoms and shit. But, you know, other than that, everything's cool.
Some bottoms.
Get some bottoms.
Nigga them.
Right, just like a nigga. I got money, so we popping bottles.
Oh, we were doing. Oh, I was doing that.
Yeah,
Champagne
we
all
know it.
weekend. Champagne all weekend.
Champagne.
Shout out to
champagne.
Black Bottle Boys.
What's been good with you, Dre, man? It's good to have you in this joint.
I've been good, y'all. I can't complain. Can't complain.
I can't complain.
Take up the church squad. Yeah. It's kind of been the same old for me for real, but just getting used to this COVID shit. I'm still not really used to it. I was actually out last night in the ghettos of the world, and
The gift.
The ghettos of the
ghettos.
world.
the ghettos. Nah, it really was the ghettos of the world because people was running out on checks. I'm like, damn.
I was waiting for a story.
Yeah.
I
Running
know that
out on
was
checks.
happening.
The waitress was booked from like the back corner to out front the door. We was like, God damn.
It's time to go.
She was like, nah, I used to run track at high school. I wasn't letting that shit happen. I could tell. She hit them corners.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hey, that's against the policy, yo.
I probably, it might be a while before I go out again. Because, you
right.
know,
Like shit.
Oh man, that's it, yo.
that's all I got. for
Hey, yo.
now.
What's good with you, Sonny?
Hey man, I've been dodging Rona.
Got to.
Trying to stay positive out here, trying to stay safe, man.
Word.
Hey, look, this is gonna go into what we're talking about today. Don't let this Rona mess with your relationship, man. I'm happy, staying strong right now. We good, we maintaining. But look, man,
He's about to cry.
look. Hey, don't let COVID get you.
I like that actually. Yeah.
Oh, we know you do.
All right, so for me, man, I really been chilling though. With the basketball season going on right now, that's my Saturdays. Appreciate you coming out, Dre.
Look, tell them to start showing up. I can't
Hey,
be showing up and they not
Real
showing up.
talk, yo. So last week, we'll say last week when this episode dropped, we got to do mentoring sessions before they play, and they got to come like an hour early before the game. And last week, only one person came.
Only one mentor.
Yeah, only one player.
Only one of the players. came.
Only one player came to the mentoring session. So
Wait, you the coach though?
yeah, so I
You hold them accountable?
we had
they
to
doing, suicides?
we had to forfeit that game, and now
Oh, they asses would be running.
yeah. So now we got next week when we go to the playoffs. Everybody gonna be at this mentoring session on time, ready to play because it's playoff season.
That's lovely. But
we
they
gonna
doing
win.
suicides for the next week.
They will be learning some
They
lessons.
will be running.
They will be learning some
You better
lessons.
show them what
man.
you know.
But it was good. We were still out there chopping up a little bit, trying to make the best of the time that we were still out there. What else happened? I was chilling with the fraternity brothers, the young undergrads. They are definitely some hype brothers, but they doing well. So it was a really active last weekend. But I'm working and maintaining, staying healthy and happy. So I'm excited to get into this episode with y'all, man.
Good, man.
All right.
Swan, what are you doing over in the corner, man? You just
I'm
over there making noises?
I'm laughing because it's this tight ass hat Calvin got on.
Nah, it's not that. Twan been locked up. They won't let him out at the house.
House.
He was on spousal house arrest for the last 3 weeks, so he just happy to be able to get out when it's not work or the grocery store.
Hey, look, bro, I can't go out right now. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, I got kids, yo. Like, I can't get time for this shit. Shut up.
You a father.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my line, bro. Yo, I'm a father.
Hey, he buckets on buckets, man.
Buckets.
Yeah. By the way, yo, shout out to Dash, yo. He had his third kid. It's time. You know what to do.
All right, man, yo.
I don't know what he's saying.
He know what to do. He know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. I just
I
had
heard it was buckets on buckets on buckets on buckets on buckets. So you still got some more buckets to
he's
fill.
still making
homeboy.
some buckets, man.
Damn, that's like 30 kids.
Keep shooting a shot.
What? Shoot the club up.
All right, man. Let's go into this to the local. What's been popping in the news? Anything y'all want to talk about? Chop it up about.
Locally, I mean, by the time y'all hear this, early voting would have already started. Which means we're right around the corner from election day. So make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do. And honestly, if you don't, just don't advertise that your ignorant ass didn't go out and vote. That's all I gotta say. Like, if you're not voting, I don't need to hear that you're not voting.
Unless you
That's
got
all.
like a really, I do understand why you're not voting, and then
At
and
this
then
point,
next year
I
you
don't.
going next time you can vote.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why some people don't want to vote or may feel like there's no need to vote, especially if you have a list of candidates or there's no write-in candidates that you could put in that you feel are qualified. But, you know, like I say all the time, like I've been saying, vote your interest. If they don't meet your interest, if they're not meeting your qualifications, I understand that. Like, I can sympathize with that.
Yeezy. No, I'm just joking.
I was going to say that. I mean, he's officially a writing candidate in Maryland, so.
That was not a Kanye West
Oh, no. We are not endorsing
no,
Kanye West.
endorsement. That was not.
I love your sneakers, bro.
Which reminds me, he just did a Joe Rogan podcast, and I'm going to have to,
Did he?
yeah, so I'm going to have to listen to that.
I would too.
About to
I would.
have-
Did y'all hear this new song that he dropped?
No.
It's called like Nah Nah Nah.
Nah, boo boo.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
said Nah Nah Nah. Yeah, I was
Perfect title.
highly disappointed, man. But it's Kanye, man.
Kanye
I need
going
my college
Kanye.
dropout back, yo. I need my
I got the whole hood saying, "Don't go Kanye." My man told me. All right, y'all didn't get that one. All right. So anything else?
Yes. As I predicted on the last podcast, the Lakers won on
Yeah.
that beautiful Sunday.
Yeah. Congratulations.
LeBron James getting closer to being the undisputed GOAT.
I disagree.
I said closer. I didn't say that he is. He's getting closer to being
Can't be close. He
the
just switched
undisputed.
4 different teams.
And
Dre, we don't have enough time for all the words I have to say about that.
I didn't say
We just don't have the
No,
time.
I say he's getting
No.
closer to being.
No.
In some people's opinion, he'll be considered a GOAT. In some, he's
He's
the
a
close second.
He's a goddamn sheep. Get out of here.
stop it.
Bah. No.
Nah,
But the way that
Call him a
the way that his body is set up and the way that the Lakers team is set up, he could potentially three-peat.
Did you just call this
which-
man a bank account? Stop it.
What?
Well, he's an employee, so there has to be a setup within the organization.
But, you got to draw and you got to wait 3 days and then,
Hey, the season ain't one day.
No. He's not the
But
good.
anyway, yeah.
We're
So
not the GOAT.
I think the way that their team is set up, he could potentially three-peat, which, in my opinion,
That would
would make
shut the
him an
door.
undisputed GOAT.
Yeah, he should be the NBA logo if that happened.
If he can,
What?
if he
You
can,
guys.
if he can three-peat in his late 30s after already winning 4 championships, which means he would already have more rings. That means he would already have more rings than Michael Jordan, which means he would have went to more finals than any
I
other
don't think-
NBA player in
I-
history.
I don't think that will happen.
No.
But if it did,
No,
I would
that-
I would
no.
support that.
If they three-peat,
Yeah, there are too many teams coming back.
Yeah.
There are too many teams coming back. The Warrior OG Warriors coming back with their big 3. You got the Nets coming out.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the Nets just come out.
I watch sports now, so that's why it's very
Yeah,
hard to listen to.
you with that?
yeah.
You with
So, speaking of Nets, Steve Nash, the coach. He officially, Amari Stoudemire is assistant coach.
that? Wow, I didn't hear that.
So, the Phoenix Suns have moved to Brooklyn.
You got
All
Steve
right.
Cash and Amari Stoudemire. I like that
I'm not.
coaching.
I'm not gonna knock it, yo.
I don't
I'm-
know
I'm
how
gonna watch
either one
it.
of
That's
them
good for the
would be
culture.
as
That's
coaches.
good
I'm,
for the
I'm gonna watch
culture.
it, yo. I'm not gonna knock that. Yo. I don't understand it, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I don't know how either one of them will be as coaches, but you know,
They was
First
they was
time.
a nice duo though. So, hey, do your thing.
hey, yeah, that's what it is.
It's gonna be weird seeing them in suits, not trying to jump into the game.
Well, especially because Amari don't look like the Amari that we seen the last time he was in the NBA. He's got long locks and he's
For real.
facial hair's grown all the way out, so he looks.
Like a man.
He looks even
Oh, yeah.
even less
He
like a
said
coach
Like a man.
He doesn't look like a coach
at all. Like that's what I'm saying.
Nah.
Yeah, so it's interesting, and
My
also
man, not even gonna wear a suit on the sideline.
He,
He about to have on
track
Twan's
suit.
fleece
Yo, don't be hating on me. This fleece is fly, son. This fleece is fly.
on the sideline, like swishy. Got the swishies on. Like, come on, get back on D. Get back on defense.
hey, if they
Yeah, shit. That's how
if
you
they're
know I'm
playing
there.
bubble ball, they'll let him. But I don't know if he's gonna have to wear a suit if he on the actual, and if he's playing on in the stadium, if he's coaching. But you know,
You had to adjust your swishies. You had to adjust them.
woo-wee, and you just spitting your Corona spits all over
I ain't
the
got no
place.
goddamn corona. Fuck wrong with
Has
you.
anybody got the corona test? Anybody got that?
I got
done?
it a while ago.
Oh, damn. I got it done probably like 2 weeks ago.
And
Did it suck?
I shedded a tear, yo.
they
Hold
stuck
on, which
it
one?
all.
They touched your brain with that
Yo,
rod.
They went up my nose like it was stupid. yo.
And
she didn't care at all. I was in my car and then she just came up to me, little stick, just puckered my nose.
in your car.
Yeah,
That's
like I was
disrespectful.
sitting in my car and she was outside. Like I mean,
That's what
So
makes
you
it
had
so
to turn
different.
Nah,
your
they're
head
not trying
out
to make
the
that
window.
intimate at all.
yeah,
Like,
they just they
turn
put
it,
they
and
just,
they
they just
all right,
put
bring
their
your
hand
nose
in my
here.
car. Yeah,
Bring your nose.
and just
Yeah. All right, you don't got Rona. All right.
then you just go get your test results like 42 hours. Yo, she did that. Yo, I had to like pull over for a second and wipe my eye
You felt violated.
before I started driving. Definitely, dog.
You don't even know me.
Like, yo, can you warn me first? Like, tell me it's gonna hurt. Damn.
What's your name, Maria? Like,
For real.
When I got mine, it was just a little Q-tip, and they just, you know.
Yo, I think my lady had a bad morning.
Yeah,
Like,
she
I
just-
don't know, yo.
I don't got the patience. I don't got the patience. Here,
She
take it.
wasn't feeling it, man. She saw all them
Was she
cars
old?
behind me. Yeah, she was she was old.
the old white lady.
She was old. Nah, I was gonna say she was old. That's it. Oh man, but we still
You
corona
probably
free.
like
So
the 10th car, the 20th car, or something like that.
yeah, I was like the 5th car, so I was there early, man.
These young people.
Yeah,
She probably just knew this was gonna be a long day.
right.
Like, look,
Yo, she saw that shit. It was definitely packed. So, but I
Shout
made
out
it.
to the healthcare workers.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
Especially if you had to go in his nose.
Chill. Anything else, man?
Ice Cube met with Trump.
Are y'all upset about that?
nope.
No.
I
I get
get-
where he's coming from. I understand. Like, he's just looking out. Like, Ice Cube is always, I can say this about Ice Cube. Ice Cube has always been down for his people, no matter what. So I understand why he's not with any, from what I got from it, he's not with any political party. He just wants what's best for his people. So if Trump can do it, he with it. If Biden can do it, he with it. But, you know, we all understand the game. But at the same time, I'm just like, yo, you can't be mad at him. Like, at least he's trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, it's not like it's he's out here blindly doing shit. Like, he's done his research. He's doing what he needs to do. And, you know, and
He knows what to ask. He knows what
Right.
he wants.
and he ain't playing no shits. Like, don't say he ain't been out here trying to, like, saying, like, oh, I just came up with this idea, like, and then I'm just looking for Trump. Like, nah, this dude's literally been putting in the work, and people that didn't reach out before now all of a sudden got all his mouth. So that's what I got from
Yeah,
it.
man. And then there,
Sit
you
your
know,
ass up.
a good watch was Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, and Ice Cube was a guest. So if you have an opportunity to watch that, please watch that. It's good. It will be good if you want to hear his perspective. You know why he's been moving the way he's been moving. So you know if you're curious about it, go watch that. You know you can find it on YouTube.
Don't forget, this the man from Public Enemy. He don't
Exactly.
Public Enemy.
play. He was with Public Enemy. He signed with him.
Ice Cube was
Yes,
with
he
Public
did.
Enemy.
Yes, he
when,
did.
What was this?
This was right after he left NWA.
All right. I not.
Oh, I know my
Yeah,
shit.
I
You
won't
know.
dispute. So I want
Just
Ice
saying.
I
Cube.
know my music shit.
We know you don't listen to nothing past 96. So
All right. As long as you know, I know
Well,
my shit.
we're gonna let you take
Oh,
that.
All
over.
you hippity hoppers and
Public
dippity
Enemy.
dippity
He said Public Enemy. He
But
doing
yeah.
a fact check.
My only,
check this.
we fact checking you right now.
Okay.
My only thing with it was,
I
I
mean-
think, without knowing, he was a pawn in the play of politics. This one from an optics point.
Okay. Yeah, I was
Okay.
right. All right. Yeah, I was right.
Good job, Twan.
I know my shit. Trying to fuck with me.
Shout out to Chuck
Sometime.
D and Flavor
Yo, yo,
Flav.
yo, 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 yo. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, if
Yikes.
you don't debate him about Big Daddy Kane and things like that,
Nope.
don't debate him.
Don't debate me.
Any
No.
nigga that got a hot top fade with 3 parts in it,
Don't
ask
debate
him no
me.
questions.
They ain't happening.
Hey yo, gold on the wrist too.
Yeah,
Like, don't
debate
fuck
me.
with him,
Lucky I don't got
dog.
my rings on
If it's
today.
a gold rope in the
Yo.
music video, don't ask Twan
debate
no
me.
questions.
Nothing.
Unless you want answers.
Lucky I got my rings on today. Shit.
If niggas is high stepping in the music video.
Hey yo.
Hey. Yeah, so I think the Ice Cube shit it got played out of proportion. I think honestly, for some reason we've black people aren't necessarily loyal to Biden, but we're loyal to the idea that we're supposed to hate Trump. And Ice Cube's like, look, when I first time I heard him talk about it was on Roland Martin Unfiltered. That's on YouTube too. I think it's a daily news show with just black people. They interviewed him as soon as the story came out, and he was like, look, whether Trump win or he lose, if he wins, he's going to be the person in power. So we got to build some type of relationship with him anyway. I'm like, well, that fucking makes sense. It's just the Trump campaign used that as like
Leverage.
as leverage to like, oh yes, I'm working with niggas. Like, yeah, you gotta work with niggas. We part of the country. So
Run this
it's
shit.
not a big deal.
Especially when you talk about it in the frame of business, like you have business partners that you may not like personally, but you try to make, like, if they have something that you need, or if they, you have a mutual interest, then you work with them.
Yeah.
And that's where Ice Cube is coming from. He's like, look, we don't gotta like him to work with him. Like you understand, especially if he can help. If we can meet mutual needs, that's what you do in business. You do it all the time. You make that sacrifice. You don't have to like everybody you work with.
Exactly.
There's a list.
Anything else happened this week? Diddy is starting his own political party.
Sit your ass down.
Like Sonny says, every time we talk about politics, these entertainers don't need to be in the front line doing
Keep
this
Diddy
type of work.
bopping, making them.
If anything, I
Somewhat
support
hits.
him trying to make a platform, but
No.
If
hopefully,
he's funding it,
hopefully it's
I get
not.
it.
If he's
like,
funding it, he's gonna.
really
Never mind.
ran
I'll be
by him,
quiet.
but
He knows his records.
It's gonna be.
He knows.
First of all, the convention parties for the Diddy
yeah.
party.
Yeah.
It's a
That
rock.
whole weekend gonna be lit.
I'm going.
Then he gonna send you. It's gonna be
What's
lit.
good, bro? Be in that
it's gonna
building.
be, it's gonna be lit, and then he'll send you a bill in the mail.
Hey,
Goddamn.
you gonna have to pay before you go, bro.
Yeah, I need
Alrighty.
my money up front. That's how we
what
fund
I'm
it.
saying? This is black owned, bro. We want that shit first.
Can't be using my money.
Ain't no credit.
Yeah, that's all I really got for anything else happened this week. Y'all want to talk about?
Quick. I did hear a new versus battle, and I was kind of excited about it.
T.I. and Jeezy.
T.I. and G.
T.I. and
Hell
Jeezy.
yeah.
Oh man,
As
the
long
King
as
of
he
the
got
Trap
great
versus
talking
the Snowman.
with his thesaurus.
Man, you know he gonna be rapping, dog.
I don't want
The
to hear
king,
You know he about to be
bitch.
rapping.
Yo, who
I
you
heard-
got though?
That's the question.
Well,
yo.
I got T.I.
I got
So,
T.I. all day.
I got
T.I.
T.I., but I love the Snowman, yo.
I got T.I.
Yeah, I do too, but I'm gonna say Jeezy just for the fun.
No.
of it.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't know
T.I. 's,
I ain't know Jeezy had like 20 hits. I only know
T.I.
of a
King
few.
album is like everything for real.
I put on for my
Yeah.
city. Yeah, like
I'm gonna go Jeezy because he got some features in the cut that I feel like might surprise people. But
what features?
don't worry about it.
Nah.
We gonna find out.
Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna find out in the verses. They better not like put some trash on the like their lowest songs on there. Like some verses they don't even be putting their top 20.
Well,
They just,
some people. Well, the thing with the verses is they not. Some of the songs they not cleared to play. So if you don't own all your songs,
You can't play them.
yeah.
That's
Yo, all long as I
music
hear is
business.
money rolls. I like that song.
causing.
That's how low my ball is.
As long as you play Rubber Band, man, that's my shit.
Rubber Band man. Wow,
David,
in the top.
shout
of
out to
that.
David Banner.
underrated.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's definitely gonna do that.
The most confusing thing in
Yeah,
the world.
what the fuck does that mean?
Like I heard there was like a,
motherfucking lights go down every time. I'm sorry, y'all.
He said it with his chest, little ass
If
nigga.
you're not watching us on YouTube, you should. But yeah, these lights are uncontrollable. You know.
Yeah, they
But
do their own thing.
yep. they
shout
do
out
what
to
they
Impact
want.
Hub. We appreciate you and
Very
everything
much
you
so.
do.
Yeah. I heard like with that versus battle, there was a rumor that T.I. was supposedly running from Busta Rhymes. Like,
Yeah, I've
Like,
heard that
he
too.
was-
I believe it.
Eat his ass up.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I
Busta
couldn't.
Rhymes
I
will eat
can't
his
even
ass
see them
up.
in the verses though.
that's what I was thinking. It's a bad versus
That'd be a
because
bad
like
one.
you can't play Busta Rhymes songs back and forth between T.I. songs.
Yeah,
No.
Like it doesn't make a
Yeah,
good
they don't.
versus.
Especially now because versus is not really a versus. It's just like, all right, we're gonna alternate
joint,
songs,
like-
and it's gonna be a party with us with our two songs.
Yeah.
So who would Busta go against?
God damn, I don't know.
Missy?
I heard Q-Tip would be a good.
Q-Tip or Missy would be good. I think Missy and
They
Busta.
probably got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's see
Q-Tip
Busta.
because if you use Q-Tip, then you can use anything that Tribe does.
Yeah,
You know, like
and they're
so
kind
that's
of
good.
like on the same playing
Yeah,
field.
Yeah, they are.
I would be
Yeah.
really interested to hear a Busta Rhymes versus yo.
Last song gotta be what's that shit where Busta just went crazy. Like where Busta Rhymes went crazy at the end. Like
Touch it. That's
no,
about
it
the
was a
Chris Brown
tribe. No, it was a Tribe Called Quest song.
I know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
Like
Shit.
Scenario.
Yeah.
Scenario. Yeah, they got in with that.
Hold on, what time? Want to back up the wine? What up?
Yeah,
Back
he
up
went-
the
he went
time. Hold
ridiculous,
up the
man.
boo.
too easy in his element. Yo.
Right.
All right. That's a bet. Any new music? Anything else?
Jay Electronica dropped another album.
You know,
It's only on Tidal though, so
All right.
it's that
support black businesses.
Well, that's that.
one. Somebody did have a good album out.
It's actually good though. It's what his first album should have been, but you know,
Maybe it's on YouTube. Is it on YouTube?
it might be on YouTube.
We'll check it there. Yeah, I definitely want to talk about more music on the podcast, man. That was fun. All right, but let's get into this main topic. I think you can say that we're going to a new series for real. It's been requested, and we are going to deliver the best we can from our perspective, and hopefully get some more guests on in the near future too. But we're going to be talking about relationships. We're all in relationships. I mean, everybody's in a relationship. You know, it got to be a intimate relationship for real. But that's what we're
We
talking about.
intimate over here.
This would be specific.
All right, so for real, what we're gonna be talking about is gender roles. It's been a topic to start with relationships for forever, for real.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, because you know, especially on the internet, because from $200 dates is always a thing, or
Yeah,
shooting your shot is always a topic, and then you know, Saweetie, just recently
Saweetie.
talking about that's how it's spelled. It's an A somewhere in there. Somehow,
is it?
that's how she spelled it. It's Saweetie.
So weedy.
Saweetie. Shout out to Quavo. He.
Ice.
Come on, we gonna get
But
into
you
it.
know, she recently put on her internet somewhere, one of them, Twitter, Instagram, something,
Mhm.
that you know, if a nigga can't afford a Birkin, then you know the bitches don't need that nigga.
Yeah.
And
I'm about to roast that ass.
It was one of those young rappers. I was like YK Osiris or something like that. He responded, man. He was really mature with his answer, yo.
I
Like-
respect that, bro.
I would just say,
What was
y'all
his
right-
response?
Ooh, and I don't want to say bitches, but I'm gonna have to say bitches. Y'all
I'm
regular
trying to
bitches need
remember.
to stop following these internet bitches, thinking
Yeah.
y'all them,
Yeah,
cause ain't none of y'all so weak.
yeah.
So do you recall what he said?
I mean, something to the extent of it was a lot of words in there that I really don't recall.
Was it on Twitter or Instagram?
Instagram. It was in his stories, and he's basically explaining how if you're not coming to the table with a Birkin bag, then don't request a Birkin bag. And I mean, I support that methodology in this situation.
Yep.
So, what's your expectations when it comes to relationships? I mean, do y'all understand or not understand or gender roles?
I think to be fair, gender roles in a lot of cases are like they're put out into the atmosphere by both parties. What is going on, Twan? What is going on? That was so rude.
Just text it to the group. For real.
I already did.
You rude as hell.
I already did. Y'all not following protocol. You're not following order right now. You're not following order right now.
As y'all can see on the video, Twan is trying to tell me to wrap it up.
Yo, you're
But-
not following protocol right now, dude.
Oh, because we don't want to go into the next segment without taking a break. He probably got to pee or something. So,
No, but I thought that's what we were doing. So
nigga, you don't know how to go with the flow, my nigga. You messing it up.
Like, yeah, man. All right.
whatever.
Well, we got you now.
Yeah, we can time
So
out.
we'll be right back
You
after this
became
commercial
rapids
break.
in our river of flow, nigga. God damn it, nigga.
You gotta go bathroom.
But no, I really thought we were taking a break.
I mean, we just go, but we can take a break.
Yeah,
I
we
really thought
we
were
kind of
taking a
got you
break.
now.
That's my fault.
Stick
I really
out
thought we
here.
were taking
Coach, I need a break. Yo, coach, take me on.
Now.
Let's go.
All right. So our main topic is gender roles, and it's this because we're in a series of relationships, and gender roles has been an issue within relationships for years.
Yes, Lord.
I think just the history, what we I guess are used to. It's like the woman's at home cooking, cleaning, staying in the house, and then the father is out making money, bring home the bacon, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all still believe in those type of gender roles, or has it changed now in the modern day, 2020?
It depends on the relationship that you in, man. So, like in my case, like you talk about providing, but it's also protecting too.
Yeah.
Like your girl, you 9 times out of 10, your girl gonna want to feel safe around you, feel like you can hold it down. And then when it comes down to providing, like there's a misconception that men are just putting out this whole thing about like being just gender roles. Like no, when you talk about providing, women still want a provider. Clearly, like we've seen many cases. Is like, oh, I'm not going to have it 50-50 with no dude. You know what I'm saying? But what are you bringing? It's all about like you see cases where people just don't want to bring to the table. They know what they want, but they don't know what they want to bring. Like you want this, but what are you willing to put into this relationship? Like, okay, are you like you could be strong and independent, but it's like how do you want this relationship to work? Because it takes 2 people. It's not just one person doing everything. Like and it works with both sexes. Like both sexes are like actually have been guilty. You got some some bum dudes who don't do anything, just give women hard dick and bubble gum. You know what I'm saying?
Bubblicious.
they driving a girl car, girl letting them stay with them rent free, and then you have some women whereas they don't cook, they don't clean. What is that Cardi say? I don't cook, I don't clean, but I got this damn ring, something like that.
Yeah, that was a line. That was
Yeah,
it.
definitely a line.
And that's what I'm saying. And,
Perception.
right? And man, look, you like you said it right there. Like
About to get me fired up.
All right. Well, I want to drain it. The you got anything? The Tweezy, you can.
Yes,
close
because you're in a new.
Yeah. I just think the men are supposed to provide, the women cook and clean, take care of the house. That can be a relationship, like I guess set up, but you gonna get cheated on. As I'm dead serious. You as a woman,
No, Dre.
you will get cheated on. If all I'm doing is providing everything and all you giving me is pussy, I can go get pussy without providing everything to him.
Okay, all
Like,
right.
it
I like
doesn't
your
benefit-
I like your follow up.
It doesn't benefit the provider without getting something back too. That's just like at your job.
Which one?
You want to? Well, it doesn't. if you want a raise, you have to do something to get that raise.
Okay, I'm
It
that
doesn't
nigga.
make sense for them to just fund everything that you're doing and they get nothing in return.
Just because you got the title.
And if you're not providing them any value back, if there's no return and investment into your employment, you get fired.
I'm about to light this ass up.
So
Yeah, I'm
if
liking it.
if I personally don't have, that's not my relationship like dynamic. It's not one provider and then the rest is just take care of the house. We both 2 independent people that came together, and if something needs to get paid for, we figure it out together. So if y'all want to get if y'all want to have like a men finance you, just don't expect loyalty because investors are only loyal to investments that return profit.
Well,
That's
I have a
solid.
counter. I have a counter to that. Would you be able to bring something to the table beyond finance in order to be an equal partner in a relationship
Yes.
What is-
As a man.
as a
Yeah.
woman?
As a
So
woman.
let's say you
Yes.
are. Let's
Yes.
say you pay the mortgage.
Uh-huh.
But then what could a woman in that relationship do to bring value that's not monetary?
Okay.
I mean, if I pay the mortgage, it means I have a house.
No.
So I go at Tweezy.
No. Got it. Y'all, I love y'all. All right. Anyway, what I was about to say was, so your question was, can a woman provide anything besides, loyalty?
Equal value
Equal value.
to your monetary contribution.
And the answer to that is yes.
It depends how much my monetary contributions are.
No, that's not true either. The reason I say that is because coming from, I am the only married individual, but coming from the place that I am at, where I pretty much handle all of the fuck Calvin. Anyway, so I'm joking. But coming from a place where I pretty much take care of everything. I mean, I rent, mortgage, whatever, financially of everything. But at the same time, she contributes besides, the caretaking, besides because she also works as well, so she has her own shit as well.
Okay.
So I think it's a mentality of, can you be the boss, BHIC, and also be submissive at the same time? And to some degree, submission is something that most women, especially in our generation, just don't do. And the reason I say that, and the reason I say that is because they expect the monetary value, meaning that they expect niggas to just put out all this shit. Oh, you gotta work for this. If you want the nana, you gotta give. So, but for me, like, and this is just I didn't have to do that. Like, I wasn't doing none of that shit. Like you even I put motherfuckers out the car and let them walk home. Like, but oh yeah, I you know what? Just a side note, I got a little story. Just a side note. So this
Y'all
is
can't
back
say
in the
shit
day.
about me being rude to people.
Yo.
Man.
No, let me
Got the
finish.
hose off on
Let me
Pulaski
start.
Highway.
Let me tell my story.
Find your way home, man.
Let me tell my
Before Uber.
pre-relationship story, right?
All right, speak on it, Twan. Speak on
So
it.
I had this shorty or whatever. We was about to go out or whatever, and I just so happened, I don't know what I was wearing. I think I was wearing like regular shit, and I just so happened to have on like some
Irrelevant.
irrelevant shit.
velvet shit
I
on.
no, I didn't have no velvet shit on. It was just a hangout shit. So shorty like came out of nowhere. Mind you, I have my car that I have now still, and she was just like, "You don't got no Jordans on your feet." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Huh? Like, what you say?" She's like, "You ain't got no Jordans on your feet." I was like, "What the fuck that got to do with anything?" She's like, "Well, that means you ain't got no money." I was like, I was like, "Well, can you step out real quick?" And she stepped out, and I was like, "Well, looks like you taking the bus, and I got the car. So, guess the Jordans don't mean much these days, nigga, huh?" And she said, "Well, fuck you, nigga." I said, "Skirt." Anyway, but this is the type
It's
of
like a Tinder hookup.
no, it wasn't Tinder.
This is
hookup.
someone that you actually knew.
Yeah, it's somebody I actually knew.
How old were you at this time?
It's like, when did I get my car?
You would have had to been like 24.
24? Like, I was like 24, 25.
How, was she younger than you?
No,
Wow.
she was
Wow.
actually, because I don't mess with nobody my age.
I was about to just say immaturity.
I
was
don't
about to
mess
chalk
with
that up
nobody.
to immaturity.
I don't mess
Is
with
this
nobody
the
my
old
age.
one?
Yeah.
That's why, because she was probably gonna fucking look.
No, I don't mess with no. I went back in my heyday. I ain't messing with nobody my age. It was always somebody older than me. But yeah. But forward to me now. But definitely, I feel like females in general need to understand. Like, I think a lot of it is they don't know their role, and what I mean by that is like, no, it's not just. Like, wait. What I mean is like, it's not just you cooking and cleaning. It's not like just cooking and cleaning. Like, I'm about to take y'all niggas to church.
Hey, man,
So
it's your
what that
time.
mean is like if God never wanted us to be as men like alone. Let's just say. So there's always been
in the Bible.
And that's in the word. You can look that shit up.
One of them chapters in
It's,
Genesis.
it's in there. I don't
It's
have the
not
exact
good
verse,
for
but it's
man
in
to
there.
be alone.
It's not okay for man to be alone. But if he can have one wife, not multiple hoes. Anywho, what that means is like at the same time, you as a man, you got to be willing to understand how a woman works. Also, like you can't expect the women to continue, and I'm learning that myself. Like you can't expect them to put their relationship on their back. Like you have to put in some work as well.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that mentality is what you can buy them. Most of the time, it's not even that. It's like what what are their achievements? What are their things that you want to see them do? What do you want to? They want to feel some type of value behind it, and it's kind of like a partner relationship. Like the man, yes, you're the head, and the woman is your neck. Like you can't move your head without your neck. So you can't.
Okay.
Like right now, like yeah, you'll be a no neck nigga just
Just a no
all
neck.
shoulders.
It is a no
Just like
neck
this.
nigga.
Just like this. That's all you're gonna do. And essentially,
You know
like
what,
you need,
Don't be a
like you
triple
need
N out here.
Head,
Right.
shoulders,
Right.
knees, toes, nigga. Ain't no
knees,
neck.
toes, no neck. Like and it's like like your wife is like how it says. I'm about to go there again. How it's like your wife is your rib. Like that's part of you. So essentially, you need your rib just like you need your neck. Like there are some people I know hypothetically that have one rib, but whatever. But I'm saying
Marilyn Manson got his dreams taken out, so
he's a
suck his
different
own
type.
dick.
That's a different type of
But-
motherfucker.
That's-
He eats
that's
bats.
his life
He
shit.
eats bats. That's something totally different. But I'm saying like y'all supposed to be like one. Like if you're in a relationship, like especially in marriage, you're supposed to be one. And there's gonna be times, and I'm learning that myself on an everyday basis. Believe me. Where there's shut the fuck up. Where you're gonna have situations where you feel like you're doing the most, and sometimes it just takes like the understanding, like like this is also I'm about to take y'all niggas back to church again. This is also what like like
We never left.
I never left. Yes, where it's like they're the weaker vessels, so you're expected to do more as a man, but also understand like as a woman they're gonna have inferiorities to some degree that just as men like we're just built differently, and there's just different things. I know I'm gonna get phone calls, and that's fine. I don't give a
like,
shit.
Like,
I get
I
what
don't
you
give-
say. It's
I don't
some of your
care.
word choices.
It's not my
Yeah,
word
yeah,
choices.
yeah.
I'd rather
So,
I'd
all
rather
right, so
be
this is the question.
I'd rather be real than fake.
This is the question. So, like, do you believe the typical gender roles that like our parents? I can say I come from a household, my mother and my father, and so I feel like the gender roles were active, and my mother sacrificed a lot more when it came to gender roles
I
because
can
she worked too,
I can.
but she still made sure the house
Well, we
was
come.
good.
Well, I think
and,
everybody here, for
yeah,
the most
and the
part,
food's on the table.
has their mother and father,
Mhm.
right? So you can't really. So when you have that dynamic, you can't compare like your mother and father to those that just have a mother.
Yeah.
In most cases, because
And that's a big deal. That's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
and that's a real
huge
big deal
deal.
because not only that, like especially if you have a son, and I can't say that for everybody. I'm not gonna say that, like, but they're gonna pick up tendencies that a woman's gonna have, which some women are just not gonna be attracted to. 9 times out of 10, most of them aren't. Like they don't want another girlfriend. Essentially, like they want a man. And most time, and it's neither here or there. It's not the child's fault. It's just the environment that he grows up in. But I feel like what you were saying, as far as like I had the same idea, or we pretty much all have, where I had my father, he was working, he did the sports, the football, he was a coach. I had my mother, she was working, but I got the balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, when you get to a certain age, of course, like you're gonna take what you can take from the situation, depending on what your situation is. Like for me, this is just for like this can go as far as discipline or whatever. If you have kids, whatever. If you don't, this don't apply to you. But if you have kids, some people like, they want to have the nice conversations and whatever. For me, I'm gonna have a conversation, But after that, you're only gonna get so many mercies and graces before I start whooping ass. Like that's just what it is. Like, and then some women just don't like that. Like they want you to do.
I think just to speak on that point, if you have like a single mother, let's say you have Big Brother programs, or you put them in sports around men, actual men who actually lead the children, coaches, things like that. I think we live in a time in which you don't let the men be men around boys, and that is a humongous. That's a huge.
It's
deal.
questioning. You're questioning like the man's authority.
Like, oh, you're
Yeah.
being too rough on my baby. No, that's a boy, and that's a man trying to instruct him, like on how he needs to carry himself. Wipe the dirt up off you. Get back up. Try again. Like, you know what?
What was that thing with? You remember how when we was pledging, like your dean's like the mom. You know what I'm saying? And like your AD's like your dad. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, like what I'm saying is like you're gonna you need like especially for young boys and girls too. But I'm just saying for especially young men, they need to have that ideal situation where, you rather me do it than somebody else because you're not gonna get the same. Because when it's coming from me, you're gonna get love behind it.
Yeah.
But when it's coming from someone you don't
there's
know,
a point. There's a purpose.
There's some type of purpose, some type of gain they're trying to get.
It's
from
almost
it.
like when you see when you have your let's say you have a kid that's crying or a little boy that's crying or he's just whining or whatever. Like a mother may in their nature want to go over there and try to ease them or whatever. But if they really acting like a brat, the dad's gonna be like, let him cry.
Yeah.
Let him go over there, cry, think about what he did, and let it go. You know what I'm saying? So you need that energy there. And I think to a certain extent, whether it be your boyfriend or or a husband or whatever, or maybe you just let the role models, the male role models around the child, depending on your situation, let them do that job for you, because sometimes it's just like when stuff gets too rough, a mother in that situation, a single mother may be like, oh no, stop, no, you won't do this to my baby. Let it go. Let them do what they need to do. Let them build that bond. Let them build with other boys and men in that environment so that they can grow to be men. And I firmly believe in that.
Not these
I think we
feminine
kind of
ass men we got today.
like swayed away from like actual relationships between men and women. We talking about kids, and not a creepy way. That sounded weird. But I just think I think that might be a flaw in the way that just we look at relationships, where we only think of it in the parental sense, which is probably why a lot of relationships fail when there's no kids, or once the kids get older or past a certain age, the relationships fall because there's no actual relationship between the two adults in the situation.
Yeah.
So once the kid is out of the house,
What's the
there's no relationship to tie y'all together.
And
So
yeah,
You got to build a bond for sure. Like you gotta like prove a friend, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Like because most nowadays it's pretty much like what sex, whatever. But if you think about it, it's like sex is only so long. Like you can only.
this is interesting. So, I just thought it was when you brought that the sex. How much of what percentage do you say sex is valued in a relationship? Ideally,
This is coming from me. So I think it's 80-20. What I
is
mean,
80%?
no, it's not.
Good
What I
gracious.
mean is sex is
You
20%.
nympho.
Sex is 20%. The other percent is
When I was
knowing
like
your
22, sex was
is
80.
knowing your. Well, I couldn't even say that either, but I'm an old motherfucker at heart. But I'm just like, like at the same time, like you want to know the person you dealing with. Like you want to be careful when you stick it. Like, but at the same time, like you want to know who your partner is. Like you want to know who your relationship is. Like you want to make sure, like you when you jump into something that you know what you're getting. Now, granted, over time things are going to change, and then it's on you if you're willing to take that change and that accept accountability for that. And that's just coming from what I'm learning personally. Because I have to accept like. I'm not dealing with somebody I was dealing with 3-4 years ago. Like the mentality and everything is different, and she's changed. So that means I have to be willing to adapt and change and everything like that. And then once you get there, then you can have what 9 times out of 10 back in the day it used to be 30, 40, 50, 60-year marriages. Not, we're getting divorced in a month and a half after we just got
You saying
married.
that because they started as friends?
I wouldn't say they started
Or
as
they-
friends. I think it was
They grew
because
into friends.
yeah, they didn't get a chance to know each other first. It was like, oh, I love you. Oh, you love me too. Like
Yeah,
that bullshit.
The whole thing was romanticized.
Yeah, it wasn't
so once
real.
you take once y'all old and dusty, it's like, all right.
It's just
What
like
else?
I think perception on social media platforms really messed up a lot of stuff.
Big
Once we
time.
got social media, we saw highlights.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of highlights. Oh, I'm gonna be real. If he don't got $1 million, can dick me down for 8 hours straight. Like I don't need.
That's
him.
not even realistic.
Like think about that. Think about what I just said.
Well, no, yeah, that. I mean, I
Like
think
that.
a lot
That
of
is
real
literally
too.
a thing.
yeah,
8 hours? No nap? Like, no, nigga.
Can you feed
No,
me? Do I get a
nigga,
lunch
not the 8
break?
hours. I
no
get
cooking,
like,
no cooking will
I
be
get
done.
like in between, like, yo, let me take a
Damn.
nap.
Not a
All right.
sandwich. Not nothing. No
8
water.
hours? Y'all bitches
How
crazy.
you expect me to perform?
Let's go back to the question.
You
Sonny,
think
what's
gonna
your
be wrong?
percentage? What's your percentage of sex? Like, how is that valued in your relationship? What percentage would you say?
I mean it. I mean we're healthy, but like in that sense. So there are other factors around it. I say about 25%. Like you still want like while you're young, you still want to be like
We got pills
young
for
and
that.
spry.
Yeah.
While you're young and
You
spry,
be taking them gas station pills. That's another topic. That's for another day.
Gas station.
them Red
Wait,
Rangers.
what?
Hey, yo.
For the simple fact he knows what they are.
Ain't nobody
I don't know
taking
anything
no.
about no gas station pills, but he naming names.
Yeah, if you do that, return them. Like I can't.
Well, I guess you've done it, huh?
Nah, not at all. I'm
Nah.
still natural.
No, but
Still
anyway,
got
I say it's about 25%, but there are other
Yeah.
factors into it. I do actually like my girlfriend. Not only do we have a great
Bruh,
relationship.
correct that. Say that you love her. We don't want this to be recorded.
No,
Say
no, no,
that you
no,
love
no,
her.
no, no, no. Like I say, I like her because she's my friend. I like her.
yeah.
I like being around her.
Yeah.
I enjoy being around her. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? There's some stuff. It's like there's certain situations in which, like, oh, okay, well, she looks good. She does what I believe she's supposed to do, and we don't really have fun together. But I mean, she'll work. No, that's not our situation. We actually laugh, joke, and have a good time with each other. And I think that's like.
Yeah.
Love is just like, the emotional connection that goes beyond that.
You
So
like
it's
and love
both.
her.
Yeah,
That's real.
exactly. Exactly. You
That's
gotta
healthy
like her.
right there.
You
That's
know,
It's
beautiful.
very healthy.
Yeah,
That's
that is
beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Something that the kids is going
Huh?
love when they hear it. Start jumping up and
Exactly.
down and shit.
what you talking about kids
So,
for? Like,
yo, honestly,
he just did a
you
Bernie
all over the
Mac
place,
thing.
but you rapping today.
Yeah.
I like it.
yeah, yo.
Calvin, what's your percentage?
I'm with Sonny. Yo, 25 sounds about right for me.
Earl?
It's a balance for real. I'm all about balance. Don't try to
You gotta take the dog too. You gotta include the dog.
Whoa.
Include the what?
In a
He's
relationship.
not having sex with the dog.
Like what? Don't call me Joe Button.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Yo, don't try to play like that. Nah,
What do you
nah,
say?
nah.
Sometimes you gotta rub the balls.
Yeah, yeah.
Rub the
like,
balls.
Do it up there. You just
hey,
Good job.
Hey,
Yo.
yeah, nah, like it's a balance. Like sex is an important part, but like Sonny's, like there are other elements I think will drive everything else. And
So
And just to speak to what you said, that percentage could change over time.
yeah,
That-
definitely.
you know.
So my question is, can you tolerate or deal with someone who doesn't have the same interests?
Sex drive?
No. I
Interest.
mean interest.
Like just
Like overall,
in terms
like
of,
let's just say
hobbies.
you like this and you do this. Like, are you willing to compromise? Like, hey, I want to do this day with you because you like this.
There gotta be
Or
a
you
middle
just be
point.
like,
Yes,
There gotta be a compromise.
Yeah, I think that's a good example of like the relationship roles and the balance in the relationship for real. Like I see no problem with each individual have their own separate thing. I think that's kind of important as well.
Yeah, you have to have your own separate life.
Yeah, so I think it's having one thing that y'all love together and then one thing y'all can do on your own for real.
Yeah, we can do that, but we gotta be on the same boat.
Yeah, definitely.
You get
And
what
we
I'm
gotta be
saying?
on the
Like, we
same
gotta be on the
page.
same boat.
Yeah.
the love boat.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think that's where the
Okay.
gender roles
We
come
can
in.
do that.
It's like if y'all on the same page, gender roles, I feel like wouldn't be an issue because y'all know what each other is
What the
doing.
expectation is, and
Yeah.
and we live in a time to whereas you it's important. It's more important than ever to have that conversation because expectations really go out the window.
Yeah.
Because you don't if you're meeting somebody, getting to know somebody, it's 9 times out of 10 going to be different than every other woman like that you met before. Every woman's going to be different with what they expect.
Yeah.
So
Some women want to go 50-50. Some women need a Birkin.
no. So also
Get a
with
coach.
that being said, no, there's no Birkins. No.
Yeah, Coach K.
Yeah, you get it.
So with that being said, do you feel like do you feel like a lot of women and men deal with the individual based off of what their expectations are? Do you think they set because what I mean is, so let's say you're dealing with somebody for a while, right? Which we all are, and you put this expectations on their head, but they don't know your expectation. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Do you
Hold
feel
on.
that
I
that
need
could
to
affect your relationship?
I gotta make a comment.
100%.
I'm really feeling mediator Twan right now.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
this version of Twan.
This is bag right here, yo. This is bag,
He
yo.
has
Been a
some good
whore for
questions.
so long.
Like,
now you
shit,
can talk about this.
Them life lessons are coming back, yo.
He asking all the good questions.
Hey, yo.
So your
What
question
the
was if we set a standard.
Like, do you put
Yeah.
a preconceived standard on somebody? Like, oh, all right. So let's just say y'all been done with each other for a little bit. You did the do whatever, and now it's to the point where you've already set these expectations. Like, I want this, 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 and that person is physically not there yet, but they're work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
they're
talking about
building
in the
blocks.
bedroom? Or you talking about
No, in
outside?
general,
of the
just
bedroom?
in general.
Physically, I'm like,
Everything.
Eh.
Like in the it doesn't really have to
I
do
mean,
with
it
bedroom,
just in
but
general.
In
so
general,
you
So-
talking about if we set standards
like
that
say if you
someone's not able to meet? What do?
Are you talking about like finance and building? Like, let's say like doing
I'm saying
like
as
in
a whole.
relationship,
So say you
in
say,
roles.
hey, I expect, like in your role, I expect this,
And they're
this,
not
this,
able
this.
to meet with
But
your
they're not.
expectations.
But you've already been dealing with them so long. You already know what their personality is. You already know what's going on, and they're like people change over time, right?
So did
you
your
got-
expectations change, or they just something happened where they just stopped? They
Right.
just started
Do
falling
you
off?
still keep your expectations, or do you lower the bar, or do you wait? Hold on, or do you wait for them to
That's a
reach the
damn good
expectation?
question.
Yeah.
Well,
It
so
de- it
I think
depends.
Because some people will set the expectation, and when the expectation isn't set, then they want to lower the bar instead of like, all right, let me wait till you hit this expectation and then raise to the next level.
Yeah.
It depends
Well,
on it
yeah, I mean,
depends.
It depends on the
me
relationship.
personally,
Yeah.
so if you meet my expectations and then you just start tracking
Falling
down,
off?
we gotta address why you falling off.
Yeah.
Because it might just think you got too comfortable with what was going on, and you relaxing. You're not thinking about what I want, what I need.
Or you not doing something,
Or-
and she not trying to reciprocate.
A
It could be you
relationship.
got too comfortable, or it's like, oh, you don't feel like that I'm worth you doing that for me no more. Where it's like, all right, depending on your response to we figuring out why this not happening no more, I could either leave. I'm because
yeah.
To a certain
I'm
extent,
quick to leave.
to a certain extent, like you got to work on your relationship and you got to treat it like work. Like you can't. One thing that's not going to happen at your job is that you're going to fall off in production and not get written up or something, or a negative consequence will happen because of your lack of production. And in a relationship, you got to respect your partner enough to bring your A game most of the time, to actually want to be the best version of yourself in a relationship.
True.
So when you have expectations, if you're meeting expectations, like what Dre said, if you're meeting expectations and for whatever reason your production goes down, we're having a conversation. Like, come into my office. Like, what's going on?
All right. So what if they haven't been meeting expectations and they're trying to go up?
Then we can work on it.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You know,
But if
if
they're
we're
like-
married, you
yeah.
might get a ring upgrade. What the like, if you're exceeding expectations, you're employee of the fucking month.
Yeah, I think that's
Like-
big on patience and just communicating what you really expect. I feel like if you don't communicate your standards, then you just hurting yourself because they don't know what your standard or expectation is if you don't talk about it.
Exactly.
So if you communicate and then they don't show it, then you can, all right, let me maneuver what I'm about to do. But if you don't communicate it, then that's really on you. And I think a lot of men just don't do that as well.
I think men more specifically, I think we see ourselves meeting individual goals, and then when you have a woman who doesn't understand what your individual goals are, that can be a major issue because they're not going where you're going. So it's like, like let's say you were like, oh, I need to own my own business, so I need to do this, that, and the third. and she like let's say you got a woman like, oh, I don't really like that, or I want you to do this, but this is the goal I have.
And
This
also,
is what I
think
want.
it's on our fault too. I think sometimes we make plans for ourselves that don't include our women. So when they try to get involved, it's like, I didn't even see you in this picture. So,
But you gotta voice that. You gotta voice that early on. Like, yeah, I'm looking to be a business owner. These are like once there's a phase in which you let them know what you want to do.
And it's on, y'all is this going to be the
because
train that I'm
you
going
gotta
to be
think
on?
about things like holistically. Like, all right, I plan on being a business owner, which means
My time.
my time is going to be limited, which means we're not going to be able to go out as much as we used to.
Yeah.
And you got to either you agree to it or understand it, because it's got to be a compromise. You can't just say, oh, I'm about to own my own business and you figure the shit out on your own, but you're going to be.
I think the important part, you voice it. Like, you let them know.
Yeah, I think that's something definitely that you have to communicate, which is communication is definitely, especially among men, in most cases, or something like a woman could definitely put out there everything that they want, everything that you need, But us as men are always going to figure out a way to either make it work or fit within our lifestyle.
And here's the thing that when we're talking about old school relationships, like
I'm old.
when we're talking about old school relationships, like they say it's about sacrifice, but you don't want to sacrifice into like depression. That's why I say you gotta let.
That's a different type of sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice, you usually getting something out of it. If you just, that's suicide. If that's what you're doing, that's not a sacrifice.
But I
suicide.
think
because then that's when you start to say, like, look, I've been married to you for 30 years. I sacrificed this, that, and the third. That means you've been holding some sort of anger towards your partner because of what you sacrificed, and you didn't voice it 30 years ago.
Right.
Setting the standard, and not communicating it.
Right. And I definitely agree with that. Like, I definitely think like it comes to a point where you have to open up with one another. Like, let's just say hypothetically, right? You see your girl acting weird, couple weeks, couple days, acting funny, right? And you ask her what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And you be like, yo, babe, what's wrong? What's going on? Like, I think you're doing this, and that. And she flips it, then then there's something else that's going on there. If that makes sense. Like, that has to be an open communication. Like, and I think, like, just us being guys or men or whatever, like, we're not going to complain about every little thing. And that's just, like I said before, about us not being that weaker vessel, because we're not made that way.
You should say like emotional.
I wouldn't say emotional. I can't say emotional. No, what I mean by weak, it's not.
I was
just
about to ask you to elaborate.
It's not. It's not about like when I mean by weaker vessel. It doesn't mean like you're weaker physically. It's not mentally, emotionally, anything like that. But it's certain things that we as men deal with. Like, we could go out in the society today that we live in. Like, we actually have to have our guards up 24/7. Not saying like the women.
I think women have to have their guards
No,
up
no,
more
no,
than
no.
men
To
do.
some degree, they do. But what I'm not saying like at
The
some.
most disrespected woman on the planet is the black woman. Don't do it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. See,
mean-
now we're going somewhere that I don't feel like.
Because
going.
I think you're under the assumption that because women are being protected by men, which they're not, that they don't have to have their guards
But
up.
that's again, that's a different topic for a different day.
Well, no, it's not, because
it is
if we're
because
talking about gender roles, if we're on this subject and we're talking about protecting women, what do they look at men as? A protector.
But
that's what they look at, like.
No,
protect black women.
No.
That's
Not
a gender
nowadays.
role.
Nowadays, no, they don't. And the reason behind that is because it was set up that way. It is set up for us, and I mean men in general, for not to be protected or provided or whatever, this, that, and the third.
I agree.
Like
but
it was set up that way. There is a system in place to keep us in check. And I think that's
No
what
one's
people
disputing
and
that. We're just saying
right.
that
But I
since there
say
is a system in check, we can't act like.
But
we
I'm
can't
not
on
saying-
one hand say there's a system that doesn't allow us to protect women, and then also say that women are protected by men, because we're contradicting ourselves.
No, I don't think it's a contradiction. I think, again, it's not a contradiction, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting phone calls for this. But I don't think it's a contradiction. Again, it's about the roles that we all play, right? So we like let's take emotion out of it. Let's just take emotion and everything out of it.
The roles we play.
Right. Let's just take that out of it. Like 9 times out of 10 before, let's just say, because I can only go so far back. Like, let's just say you think about the 50s, the 60s, right? You think about how women and everything, like, they were content and everything was cool and everything, blah blah blah. Quote unquote, whatever.
That's when the
But
women's-
then,
was just
but then,
quiet,
but
right.
then you think about it at the same time, like, all right, so we have these empowered women. We have 9 times out of 10, most of them are single because of that. And then you think about your household. When you look back into your household, when you have these single parent and involved strong women, most of their sons are effeminate and they don't know how to act or appropriate to will
Let's not go back into
genuine men.
parenting. We're talking about
No, you have to. It doesn't matter what you do.
Well,
you
can
have
do-
to go
we're
back
talking
into
about-
parenting because with relationships you have.
Well, we not
because
talking about
overall,
those
because-
kids grow into men.
because
They
but
grow
you
into
have to
women.
because
They grow
regardless
into
you're-
those women.
because your partner and yourself, you guys are parenting each other whether you know it or not. Like you guys are parenting each other, so you're going to correct your partner because isn't that what a parent does to a child? You correct them when they're doing something out of character
That they should not do.
Right. So you're doing the
Empowered.
same thing in your relationship. You're setting expectations. It's no different from your job. You're technically, when you're at your job, your boss is your parent, whether you believe it or not. Like that's just how it's set up.
I mean, depending on how you think about it, I guess.
But that's just how it is. Like regardless, you're still if you don't do something at work, are you not going to get chastised or whatever for it? Yes. Are you? If you do something, you get rewarded for it. Correct.
So
It's
is
the same
parent
thing in
only
the house.
person
It's
that
the same thing in a
chastises,
It's the same thing with a relationship. If
That
you,
sounds more like slavery than
no, it's not.
parenting.
Nope. Because slavery, you didn't have a choice. With slavery, you didn't have a choice. We can go there. But
Yeah,
we're
but
not
I'm
going to.
saying that
Question 4.
we're not talking about the choice of working or not. We're talking about the chastisement or the correction of
But I'm
incorrect
saying-
behavior.
But it's the
That's
same
not
thing. You
necessarily
expect
a parent-child relationship.
It is because in a relationship, you expect your partner to do a certain thing or whatever. And if
If
that does
you're
not
under-
work, then you give a ultimatum to either you can do this and it works, and if it doesn't, then you know what, we have to make other calls or whatever. So when you do that, you're still not you don't think about it like that, but you're still acting
But
as a parent
parenting
to
is
your
not
relationship.
only correcting your child.
It's
There's more
correcting
to
and
parenting
molding
than
as
that.
well. It's correcting and molding as well. But if that's up to you, if you're willing, like, it's not the same with a child. But when your relationship, it's up to you if you want to stick around with it and say, "Hey, I feel like I can mold this person," or "I feel like, hey, we can mold each other," because that's what a relationship is. You can mold each other into what you think that you want, and if not, we can settle on differences. It's like tomatoes and onions.
I got a question, and this
Yes,
is kind
Cal.
of a personal question for you because you are
Ooh.
the only father here.
Yes.
But how is it, I guess, identifying roles when it's come to raising children?
I would say it's difficult. And the reason I can say that is because I come from, well, we both come from, but more or less I come from a generation where you say stop once. You know what I mean? Like there is not a lot of back and forth. And I think, and that's even from what I see outside in the world, right now. We go outside right now, kids acting goddamn fool. Like we can sit here and sugarcoat the shit if we want, but it's based off of, oh, okay, well, I've had these certain figures in my life, men and women, that be like, yo, this is what you gotta do, this is what you gotta do, da da da. But at the same time, when it comes to my parental skills, like you always have to have some type of leniency or grace or whatever. Like it gets to a point where some parents are just not equipped to be parents.
So it's like, are you more of the disciplinarian?
I'm
Or-
in the middle because I can relate, and you gotta understand. You gotta know your kid. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you just can't. Some people just be willing to whip ass. After a certain point, ass whoopings only do so much. You know what I mean? Like what lesson are you teaching? It's no different than everyday life. Like what are you learning? Like you can go to jail so many times, but you're not really learning your lesson. Like what's the purpose? Like I want to make sure, like, yo, if I'm whooping your ass, you need to understand why you're getting this ass whooping. Now, at that point, when you get to a certain age and you're like, hey, I don't understand, like, it's not clicking, then that's something with you. Like, that's something you have to figure out, like, why is this shit not clicking? But for me, it's like, yo, I understand my kid because he's, like most parents say, it's a little bit of you in that child. So you got to understand who your kid is and how he reacts to certain things. Like I don't go through certain things that my wife goes through. Just because I understand what he goes through because he's a little bit of me. Just like if he does something that she would do, I wouldn't understand that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
I
indeed.
can't really speak on that because I'm not a dad.
Yeah.
I guess that's
and
my
I think
response to that.
that's like a misnomer. If we always talk about it takes a village to raise a child, it's because you didn't physically,
True.
you weren't physically responsible
this is
for a
the
child
village
coming
man.
to the earth.
He's the village.
I think even though like you're not a biological parent, you're a parent in a way. Especially, I
definitely.
can say that for sure because I grew up like
Go ahead.
as like a camp counselor, so I was spending more time with these children than the parents were. So I can tell you from you don't have to be the biological parent to be a parent to children. So
I know about that too.
so, and that actually is, I think, once I have kids, I'll be really good at parenting because I've had a non-direct relationship where I couldn't physically discipline the child, so I had to come up with other ways to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to hit your kid. I just think you have to, depending on the child.
Yeah.
I don't think
You gotta know the situation.
Some-
I think one thing that you shouldn't do, you shouldn't beat out of frustration. Like I think
No.
you should never beat because you're angry.
Yeah.
No.
Like you calm yourself down. If you hot, you calm yourself down. Then you do it because then you're able to be in the right state of mind to to discipline and then explain why you discipline. Because when you're angry, you might hurt something. Like you might, like. But
Calvin, why you look over here like that? You having some flashbacks? You
I
got
was
something
thinking
you wanna?
about you when you were angry.
When was this, Calvin?
I'm not gonna go back.
Exactly.
Who's looking grown man?
No. Fuck. is
I
wrong?
don't know why
I
you.
don't- Why?
But anyway, yeah.
so yeah.
What's
I was over
wrong?
here
We had
minding my
relationships?
business.
Yeah.
Niggas look over here like,
I'm just
yo,
over here.
yeah,
Yeah, but
something
we have
about to say.
relationships.
Nah,
Yeah, I think there's a good tie to like, as adults, even a relationship is a little bit of parenting. You're just parenting adults.
Parenting.
Parenting.
Like
I-
I mean,
It's just. I never thought of it that way. Because I don't really think of. I think of parenting outside of being like a disciplinarian. There's a lot of nurturing that goes into parenting that I think gets lost in the dialogue of parenting.
Yeah.
And not even just in the dialogue. I know parents that don't spend time with their kids. It's like, all right, you go to your room, and I don't really want to talk to you for the
A
rest
lot
of
of parents
the day.
are ready for the kids to go back to school for real.
Right.
You know?
Because they don't know their kids, so their kids are acting to them in awkward behavior. But that's how your child acts on the regular. You just don't know your child.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, so Dre, I do want to pull back from children for a second and just go back to like, just the, the romantic relationship. So, how much has your ego in your situation, in your relationships, how much has ego played a role in your relationships?
For me, it. So, in my, it's good because now I don't. Right now, I think that I don't have much of an ego, but
Right now.
yeah, right
Hey,
now,
growth.
right now.
You almost made
But
me
I know
cuss.
in my, I think that's why I really
Yeah.
never considered
that
myself
right?
being in a committed relationship because I was like, damn.
I got an ego.
Honestly, not even really because I got an ego, because people were feeding my ego. Like, if I,
would.
because
Yeah.
Be some
I mean,
funny
shit, I
stories.
was out partying from the time I was 16 to a year or two.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm getting my ego fed by women in these parties
Right.
every other day,
Why not roll
You
with
was
it?
a track
It
star- you was a
gotta
track
be
star
true,
like
yo.
that?
what I gotta settle down for?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, he's a gold
I'm
medalist.
getting, like, and honestly, it's not
That's
even.
real.
I'm not even having sex with these women. Just like, oh, I know that I still got it.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I know I still got it, what am I settle down for? And
we
that's
have a
what I
story?
had a battle with. Like, it's not settling down.
Mm.
At least my relationship now, it's not settling down. It's I found something that I can build with.
True.
And I'm interested in building now versus expanding.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
people
a good
have
one.
a fear, like when you talk about like I still gotta losing it. When you're in a long relationship, like like things can happen over time, and you may think you may have lost a step because, you in a relationship, you got something that when you out there and you flirting and stuff, you may practice your game or like whatever you about to say to somebody. You ain't do that in 10 years. You don't even know. I
gotta
might
test the
sound stupid.
waters.
Right.
It's like once you get old, like you see a basketball every now and then, like
You want to touch it a little bit.
Right. Like let me just see if I still got it.
Right.
But you know, I definitely don't do that. But you know, in that case, you know, like so that that's ego right there. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go. Know that in a situation like that, you have to choose a partner to which you don't feel like you're settling.
Yeah, I think honestly it was almost like, I was never a social media person, so my what's the drug you get from the likes?
Dopamine.
Yeah, dopamine. Mine was like real life dopamine in person. So like, so I don't know. I'll go out, I'll smile in people's face all day and never talk to them again. It's just like that's
Normally
my
has a
version
whole
of an
fucking-
Instagram. Like,
Normally has a whole fucking posse by the end of the night.
yeah,
It's annoying as shit.
hey, but honestly, I think
The noises.
I think my non-sexual relationship with women is what got me to the point where I'm like, oh, I can have a girlfriend and still kind of like go out, but I ain't really paying attention to women no more.
Right.
It got to the point where I wasn't paying attention to women in the parties no more. I was just like, let me go out.
I'm a
If somebody
testament to
catch
that.
my eye, they catch my eye, but
I can be a testament. I have stories. Not right now.
Yeah, yeah. Man.
because I mean, look, I was
Off
like,
the record.
I'm gonna pass
Off
them
the
off.
record.
Off the record.
Off the record.
It's like, Todd, she in my face, but I'm about to pass her off to you, and I know you ain't finna do nothing stupid, so you know.
I
Like-
ran.
like-
I
like-
hit in
like-
the
like-
back.
just to-
Get it out
Yo,
the way.
I
Just to
ran.
clean-
I hit in the
clean up the
bathroom
game
for
a little bit. Like,
Yo,
ain't
I
about
hit
to
in
do
the
nothing.
bathroom for like an hour. Like no.
Hey, do what you gotta do, yo.
Nah, I mean, it got to the point where I was like Jared Dudley, like I'm showing up to the game, I got my suit on, but I know I'm not getting in.
right.
But it's
I ain't
like,
about to
hey,
check in the game.
It's time. It's like, all right,
That
it's
is
time to
definitely the
retire.
male
I
ego
guess.
for sure. For real.
And I don't even want to say retiring because, you know,
Yeah,
You're
and-
retired. It's retired.
You ever try to do some like you ever try to be romantic, like you go out on a date and then you try to be smooth or whatever with your girl that you've been with for a while, but it don't feel the same. I'm like, you're only
Yes.
reacting this way because you're already my girlfriend. So I don't even know if this is good stuff that I'm saying right now. I don't know. I can't gauge it off of you right now. You already like me.
She already gonna love it. Already gonna love it.
Yes, I have.
yeah, I'm about to say, you've been.
I've
How
been
long?
on several dates, and it got to a point where it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you'll get those questions after the fact because they're enjoying it now. They're like, oh yeah, you take me out and and we doing this, but then you'll
But
get
that's
that
your
follow
version
up.
of getting back in the game. It's like, all right,
But yeah, that is my version because it's like now I'm like at that age.
you're
It's
not in the
it's not-
NBA. You playing big three ball now. It's like, all right, I ain't running with the young boys.
For real. Nah,
I'm playing
it's
half
okay,
court.
Yo, so you accept that, man.
Big
You playing big three ball. It's like, hey,
That's good.
I'm not running full court no more.
Come on,
But half court?
they call me NBA Sports right now.
Man, look, fuck all that big three stuff. I'm the dude on the sideline with jeans on, the shirt. Let me get the ball real quick. Let me just shoot it up a few times.
Let me just
walk
get a
off
little
about-
practice.
Practice squad.
Practice.
Practice squad.
Real
Now, I gotta
talk.
look at it as
Got my
I gotta look
keychain
at
on.
it as a game because I've got like, especially since I'm new and I got in a relationship in a very weird circumstance. Like
believe
getting
it.
into a relationship where you can't really go on dates. I think in a way it hurt and helped my relationship where it's like, all right, we had no choice but to actually get to know each other
Yeah.
and like get that bond. There wasn't a lot of romance in the relationship because
cook?
there was no space for romance.
Dre,
It was just
Dre-
intimacy.
I think Twan kind of answered it, but can you cook?
Can I cook?
Yeah.
A little bit.
That's
why I shook
my head.
that's part of my ego issue that I have for real.
Well,
You can't cook?
No, I can't
Yeah,
now.
I know.
I've been
seen
working
your
on
fridge.
it. Yeah,
No.
yeah, I've been
Yo,
working on it.
YouTube
There's
is
nothing but
Yeah.
milk
You gotta
in
use
your
YouTube.
fridge.
Because all my food is cooked.
No. It's pre-bought.
But no, my thing with not being able, it doesn't really hurt me because my girl's vegan, so it's like I can't cook this shit anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
All you gotta do is
helps.
put it in the microwave.
Like it don't
Hey,
even,
you got steamers.
it don't even like go in the oven the right way. Like ain't no real, like I don't know how this shit.
Yeah,
settle
I'm
yeah,
telling
that's
you, I'm
different.
telling you, you gotta use YouTube, man.
That's
Look, I
different.
cooked. I cooked something like over, not no shrimp Alfredo or nothing like that. That's basic.
Yeah.
So like baked chicken breast over like a white sauce with like some with some noodles and some broccoli on the side. It was hitting, man. It's a different type of thing.
You know
of course, you gotta have the garlic bread with it.
Okay.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying? But it's all off of. I made it all off of YouTube instruction.
Yeah.
You know what it do for you?
YouTube.
This is just weird, right? let's just say, fuck it. So this is what I do. So I make baked cheese fries from scratch, right?
Okay.
Oh, we seen
So-
you baked
so- well,
cheese
but
fries.
chill,
Baked
let me
cheese
explain.
fries.
it for you. But you get to
said,
a point
"Let
where
me
you
explain it for you."
like.
Well, don't say from scratch because you're not peeling the potatoes and.
Actually, yes, it did.
Ugh.
So I
That's
actually
why I
like,
don't cook. It's
peeled
too much
potatoes,
work, man.
I like baked it. Like
I ain't got
and
patience.
when a woman see you in there just cooking like from scratch and shit, that keeps you there.
Exactly.
yeah,
You gotta make sure
yeah.
they know that you
Yeah.
did it.
Yep.
Like, oh,
And they-
you didn't go get.
It's
the
like you're.
sauce?
It's like you're
nah.
cooking. You're cooking. I thought something made
Yeah,
some noise
something
over there.
be gone.
Yeah, but it's like you're cooking, and they know you're cooking for them.
Mhm.
You know, so it's like almost visual. So during the quarantine, that's a good move. Go watch a good YouTube video, something that would be tasty that you know she likes. Some
Well,
good,
look.
some nice soy meat.
Yep. Get a nice little, get a little
And that's
steak.
the good thing about it. Is like
Yeah,
when we first got together, I was watching her how she cooked her food because I'm like, I don't know how to make this vegan shit.
Yeah, real. That's
I don't know how to make this shit.
that's some whole
Did
new
you
shit
make that
right
face?
there, yo. What in the fuck?
Like I be trying her food. I'm like, I mean, I get what they I get what they going for, but
I get the point, but
what Ty Dolla like here different. it's a little bit different. Like so, I'm like, all right, I see what you do to cook your food.
Get
so
real comfortable with the oven and vegetables, like and season.
I ain't
the
got no
vegetables.
choice. It's all vegetables.
Uh-huh.
It's all vegetables, my nigga.
That's
All right, well,
crazy,
like
yo.
Even the meat is vegetables.
the oven will help you a lot. Like
Don't
So you had that jackfruit.
Don't you eat some protein? Like, how the fuck?
Bruh,
like,
no,
you
what-
just
what-
eat
what's
nuts,
the source of
almonds,
protein?
eat
I don't
almonds
know.
in your
It's
dish.
beans, jackfruit.
Beans, yeah.
I can't.
Oh, see, I know a little bit. I know a little
I don't
bit.
know what they be putting
All
in
you
it,
got
but
is
I'm like,
Chipotle
look,
with no meat.
Well, the jackfruit, it's really tasteless and it has a meaty texture.
all of it is tasteless.
That's what they use for
tasteless.
to make like
Pulled pork.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that pulled pork.
Yo,
yeah,
you can
make
jackfruit.
buffalo wings and everything.
It's,
man. That
it's
shit-
like if you feeling real, like I made some steak from mushrooms. I've never.
Yeah,
I
like
love
yeah,
steak.
portobello
Crazy shit,
mushrooms on
yeah.
sandwiches. Those are pretty good.
Tastes just like
Anyway.
a steak.
All right, we're not talking about food. What's,
yeah, I mean that's that's the
But
gender
I'm
role
saying,
though.
yeah,
like,
but look, we're
men
talking about
cooking.
men cooking
Yeah.
and the effect that it has now in a relationship, right?
That's
But I think it's cool if you do it every now and again. Like, like
Definitely.
I'm not a master chef by any means, but I know how to follow instruction on a video.
yeah. I feel like men should have at least like 2 or 3 ready to go
Go-to.
meals. Like just
Can we
have
name
it
them?
on deck.
And I
Sure,
got that
if
game
you
from
got
my pops.
yeah,
I got that
if
game
you,
from
if
my
you got
pops.
yours,
Oh, I got mine.
I'm working. I got 2.
I got 6.
I mean,
I'm
you a chef for
I'm
real.
a sauce boss, you know what I'm
You
saying?
said I'm a sauce boss.
Like, you know what?
I
You
fuck
drizzle,
with it.
you drizzle some good
Stir
sauce
fry.
on some chicken.
Yo,
You a winner.
Shit ain't never dry. yo.
Like on some chicken, winner chicken dinner. You feel
Yo,
me?
yo. A chicken,
Taking it back to college. Stir fry. Man.
stir fry.
Yeah, you know, you stir fried swan.
Stir fry.
Yeah, I like the steak and potatoes, chicken and rice. I
Oh, if
don't
you
like.
cook steak right, you
You gotta
that
cut
takes
it
skill.
right. That's the key.
That's skill.
The key
Like
is to cut it.
to make a good steak.
Really?
I grill it.
My man.
Yeah, I don't.
Bacon
Yeah, I don't
steak.
bake the steak. That's you really on quick and go.
Don't give a fuck.
What's next? Microwave the steak?
Yeah, but what else? Y'all wash dishes?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the cleaning master. Yo.
Man,
Look,
I don't
that's
like to, but I want.
look. I'm the
cleanliness
I'll buy it,
next
I'll
to
go,
godliness.
I'll buy it. I'll go get it. I'll clean up after you cook.
Facts.
Whatever you need done, I'll do all the secondary stuff.
Nah, I'll cook all day before I wash this. I don't know what it is. I hate washing dishes.
Hey,
Oh, you know what it is.
I hate washing dishes. You hear me? Like
Yeah.
that is hell. Like let me cook something. I'll cook it. Somebody else clean it. We work like a team that way.
yeah, I definitely on the cleaning team.
I'm definitely on a clean team. I'll make the bed
Cooking.
in the morning. I do all,
Yeah,
I do
like-
all
'Cause
that.
I feel like
cleaning.
I
One
can-
full
I-
clothes,
I'm the type-
baby.
I'm the type I could play some music and cook. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Fuck with
I
cut
can
up
watch-
some stuff. I know how to cook all the vegetables, all that type of stuff. We getting it in.
Yeah.
Just I'm getting it in with the cooking. Whoever there, you can clean that shit up.
I feel like
Teamwork.
cleaning is
Teamwork
the more
make the dream work.
intimate job. So I'm like,
Look, baby, look how I washed this.
You see what I did at this? Yeah. The next day, the cleaning is done.
It's
'cause
spotless in here. Look what I did.
And then you can't get in no trouble.
You can't. No, but you can talk shit while you cooking. Like, yeah, let's see, now I'm about to put this.
Only if
seasoning
it's
on
good
here.
though. If you
Yeah,
fuck up, then you fucked up the night, dog.
No, look, that's why you gotta go to your go-to dishes, right?
True.
Yeah, then I drizzle the sauce over the chicken, baby. That's what I do.
See how I flip the pans, girl?
Never drops.
It's that ass.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up real quick.
Wrap it
man.
up, B.
Gender roles, y'all. Any last words on this?
Go.
Last words.
Last words. Communication is key.
I agree.
Communication is key. Know your partner.
Yeah, I think that's communication is like the gender role.
It is. Communication is key. Know your partner and have fun. Have fun.
Yeah, honestly, that's the key.
have fun. Because if it's a business, you feel like you're at work.
Well, yeah, especially for me, because if I can't laugh, I ain't finna be around people I can't laugh around or laugh at. That ain't my
Joke
thing.
on. That's not even.
You said choke.
Also-
I mean, you
also,
know, we ain't talking about the kinky stuff. That's
And I gotta add this. You know your partner's situation. Like, you know, us, like the financial dynamic has changed a lot since the 50s and 60s, especially between black men and black women. Black women actually make more than us at this point. Like as an entire, people. And we're the only people that have that demographic. So then when you have this expectation of, okay, I need you to be providing this and that and the third, you have to understand compared to every other demographic in the United States, it is like very difficult for us to make a certain salary as a people. So when you're talking about that,
Unless you sell out.
but think about that. You have you can't have, prime time, expectations for finance with a person who has a significant disadvantage compared to other people, and then have great value, production coming in, and that's for either sex. Like, you got to understand what we're up against, understand your partner, make sure you genuinely like them so that you guys can come to an agreement.
I like that one.
last words on gender roles.
Be blessed, but
Like I said, my game has moved from full court to the big three, which means you got to learn the court a little bit better. It's not just I'm not just running with my God-given gifts. I have to learn the game better. So I'm getting a little bit more intimate with my relationship skills. So
get those
that's
tapes.
Hey, yo, that's solid right
I
there.
mean,
yo.
that's
Gotta
what it
get
is.
your
You-
half
Yo,
court game
that's
right.
growth.
When you play half court ball, you got to learn the spacing of the court.
Yeah.
You got to know where your teammates
Play with your
are.
back to the basket.
You just gotta
But sometimes you have to jam on that motherfucker.
you got to develop skills to succeed in half court basketball. So I'm developing my skills. And really, that's nothing to do with gender roles. That's more me. But gender roles, honestly, like you said, communication is key. Once y'all figure out what y'all relationship dynamic is, just continue to communicate where you don't feel comfortable, what you feel comfortable doing, and work on, trying to improve yourself and please your partner at the same time.
Right. Figure out if she needs a Birkin early on.
Hey, honestly, if you need this bag,
Let me
got
gone.
this bag showed.
I ain't got the bag for that bag. So
I ain't got the bag for that bag.
I might be able to buy you the dust bag that come with that joint, but you're not getting the leather.
Shit, you might get a carry-out bag.
Coach,
Key-
hey, look, Coach K already said he got that coach. I don't got that Birkin. I got that coach.
I give you a keychain.
Look, if they got it at the flea market, I might be able to find you something. It won't be Louis Vuitton. It'll be
Kirkland. It
Louis
won't be called Birkin.
Vineyard or something. It'll be LV. It ain't gonna
It ain't gonna be Birkin. We out here working though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. Good job.
You ain't getting no Burberry. It's gonna be Blueberry.
Blueberry. Look, it kind of look like Burberry. Look. If you squint your eyes a little bit,
She gonna leave you. She gonna leave you. She gonna leave you.
Look, put a filter on it. They won't be able to tell the difference.
yeah, just put the IG filter on it.
Okay,
You can stunt.
I really don't have any last words. Y'all two. Y'all did for real. Summed it up really well.
Don't-
You was on it today for real.
Don't let COVID fuck your shit up. Don't let social media fuck your shit up.
Don't let
If
you
y'all-
fuck your shit up.
Exactly.
Okay, but I do want to say, like, men, yo, I feel like as long as you your best self and then, or at least working towards it,
Mhm.
and you communicate, gender roles wouldn't be an issue.
Right.
It's like we know like 1950s and that lifestyle is not here. So
Mhm.
it's like we can't even expect that. We just
Mhm.
gotta be with the right people
And
and
make the
doing our
pancakes.
best that we can ourselves.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest part. Like, don't be out here capping. Like, if you coming in with a front that you know you're not gonna be able to uphold, you setting yourself up
Gone.
for misery.
Long.
So like you said, just be your best authentic self, and the only way you go wrong is if you pick the wrong girl. So or a boy if that's what you into.
Gotta.
Dogs.
Okay, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Can you hear me?
So we back at it, yo. We gonna try this doomsday question again. Another one.
Another one.
Another life lesson doomsday. Because
Another one.
that's what happens when Kelvin do with doomsday. So we just gonna continue to ride with it. And we got Tweezy here, so I'm excited to hear his perspective as always.
Shit.
So the question is, what piece of advice would you give your younger self?
Darden.
I would just.
Sonny
I would just.
It gotta happen one time, yo.
had to happen.
That's gonna have to be a beep, bleep. I would just say, be more confident, man. Be more confident in your own abilities. Like sometimes when you're young, you may have moments in which you don't believe in yourself and your own abilities. I know I suffer with that a lot, and then growing up, I realized like, oh, you're intelligent here, you're talented here, you have a gift here. And I would just tell myself that, like, confidence really does lead to success in a lot of areas. If you just believe in yourself, just, give yourself positive feedback, take small victories along the road, it'll lead to more and more success. So just be more confident, younger Sonny.
All right, respect that.
We didn't call you Sonny then. But okay, go ahead.
For me, I would say talk more, speak up more in given situations. Especially think of my younger self in class.
Oh, yeah.
I would just be quiet, just sit in the back and
Cheating.
just finesse. Rather than participating and speaking up when I do know the answer or if I had a question for real. So yeah, that's what I would say. Speak up more.
I feel like you did a good job in college. Like you
Yeah.
like hella leadership.
Yeah, once I got to college, I definitely flipped the script. I did that intentionally because I felt like I was
A loser.
slacking. I could have done better. Not a loser. Never was a loser. Shit, in high school, I was second.
Alright,
I
calm
was
down. You just
best
grabbed
dressed.
yourself.
I was likely. What was some? I had some good
Got a
superlatives.
superlative?
Yeah, yo.
That's because he was
I was
working
fine,
at
bro.
Foot Locker back in the day.
Nah,
Yeah.
what you got, Joe?
Mine would be don't be afraid to fail. I think a lot of my life I was like I was so scared of failure that I didn't try a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that I found out later that I was good at, and I probably should have actually tried it when I had the opportunity.
Mhm.
Facts.
So I think to tell myself, life is about trying hard, failing, trying again, and failing better, and then that cycle just keeps going.
That's a good one.
What was that line that Denzel said, like, fall down 100 times, but get up like 101.
Yeah. You
Like-
fall down 7, get up 8.
Fall down 7, get up 8.
Yeah. All the same, man.
See you at work.
You know what I'm saying?
That was a great speech.
Yeah, it's really crazy. Like failure don't even really hurt that bad.
Yeah, it's not a failure for real. It's a lesson.
Lesson.
It's a lesson.
And in a loss, it's a lesson.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I know you got a lot of advice to give your younger self.
So dramatic.
Wear
Guess
less
we
bright
need a
colors.
dramatic finish,
Exactly.
huh?
Wear the right
Yeah.
colors,
Anyway.
lick it
Yeah.
before you stick it.
I didn't say that. I'm mad to think about it. But what I would say to my younger self is don't value yourself based off of the love that you get from others. Meaning, know yourself. Be very confident with who you are as a person, and don't be so extra.
Don't.
That is a word for you. Don't be so extra.
Extra, yeah.
'Cause ever since I know you,
Even you
have
started
been
that extra.
Raw.
I did not start extra.
Self-awareness is lovely.
Nah, but hey, that's for real. You can't. People can't love you until you.
Love
Yeah,
yourself.
yourself.
definitely. That was a good one. That was definitely a good one. All right, yeah, that was a good round, and I would definitely love to hear from our listeners. You know, when you answer that question, what piece of advice would you give your younger self?
And we'll post the question on our social media as well.
But all right, and so let's go to the conclusion, man. We're gonna just go around tables. Any wrap ups? Anything I wanna end the show with?
Yeah.
Any up and coming things?
Communication. Look, when you're talking about gender roles, it is 2020, which means relationships, they're not all the same, especially black relationships is not a monolith, just like black people. If you communicate with your partner early on, you know what to expect. If things change, you have to communicate that. And be aware that things can change over time. They change with age. You want your relationship to age the same way that you want yourself and your body and your temple to age like fine wine over time. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you communicate.
Pimp.
You know what I'm saying? That was a bar, yo. You was waiting for that one.
Clip.
Timestamp.
Final words. And SARS, that shit going on in Nigeria is crazy.
Say that again.
That's wild. But you know what? It's not wild. That just goes to show you that, oppression is worldwide. It's not just here. Police brutality is a worldwide phenomenon. It's not just something that's happening in America. We got that. Go out and vote since you're going to hear this on the 31st. Or honestly, just whatever. You don't have to vote, but you should. But it's all right. What else do I have to say? Shame on Apple for releasing the iPhone 12, which is just the iPhone 11, but not glass.
It's more like the iPhone.
It went back.
It went back.
Yeah. Shame on Apple. And then, live well. Holistically, not just financially.
Live
or
well and
physically.
prosper. Start trying.
Man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Tweet.
I don't really got much to say. I've been talking all goddamn day.
I know.
But,
This is the
great.
most talkative you've been in the episode.
shut
Wow.
the fuck up. But yeah, definitely, based off the topic, definitely know your partner, communicate. And, if you fucked up, you should have just chose up for a real nigga.
One day we're going to have to just break down this story.
Yeah, we
And
got to,
be
yo.
Before we forget about it. Because
Yeah.
It wasn't really like...
Oh, it was a great ass
was-
Yeah, he
story.
won't
it was a
forget
wonderful story.
It was
but
a
long
great
time
ass
ago.
story.
Yeah, that was
Should have
a good
chose up for a real.
Coach K.
It's funny.
Yeah, man. So if you listening and it's Saturday, or if it's not Saturday yet, come out to Harlem Park. It's gonna be playoff season. It's gonna be live. Games probably start around 11 o'clock, but just follow me and you'll get all those details. They definitely be balling out there. So if you want a good show, they'll definitely be balling. It's playoffs, so they all serious
Yeah,
about it.
you
gotta
don't be
shout out-
lying
you
when you
gotta
say
shout
they
out
love
your
a show.
team.
Yo.
So when you show up, they show out for real.
They will show out, yo.
Make sure you shout out your team. Your mentorship starts
Yeah,
at what time?
9:30, dog. Warriors, white and blue. Be there.
Y'all will
Man.
be doing suicides if you miss
Man.
again.
They wasn't ready, yo. It's
please.
cool though. But what else? Flourish, man. Be your best self, and
Flourish.
when you do that, your relationships will prosper as well, and yourself. So that's it. And we're gonna have a lot more great stuff coming.
Yeah, and as always, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Instagram's what WGB Podcast. Everything else is What's Good, bro. Subscribe, like, follow, comment, DM, whatever. Just talk to us.
And share with your homies, man.
Episode 3 of the Sunny Report is coming soon. We are cooking that up. We're going to bring that to you with more good content. We have an interesting one coming up. I think you guys will like it.
And then love, peace, and hair grease.